Hello coaches, welcome back to another Modern Soccer Coach Breakdown. Alright, last week we did a breakdown for arrival games for the youth level, and we asked if you wanted them for older age groups. We needed 100 likes, and last time I checked it was 176. So obviously there's a demand for it, and we've got 3 of them today. Arrival games for the older age groups, how to start a training session with energy and tempo. If you want the breakdowns and the dimensions for these for free, check them out on the link below for free, modernsoccercoach.com. As always, please like and subscribe. Here we go, arrival games. Alright, before we share the 3 arrival games, I think the most important thing is to look at the objectives of arrival games for the older age group. So for me, it's about starting the session with that energy, with that tempo, as well as giving the players a little bit of ownership of the session. So I think it's always good when the coach facilitates that ownership alongside session design. So I think for me, when I'm designing these exercises, I would look at, are the players going to enjoy it? Are they going to generate a little bit of energy from it? Is it going to be consistent with an objective from the training session? And what's the role of the coach in this? So the role of the coach for me in these exercises is to set the exercise up and then manage the numbers. So what I've tried to do in these exercises is to envision a training session where our players are starting to arrive, so the coach can manage the numbers and keep the session flow as the players arrive. And then when they all arrive, they're quickly finishing these exercises and moving on to the session. So here we go, 3 exercises again. If you enjoy, please like and please make sure you subscribe. Here we go. So the first exercise is a 2v2 game. Starts with a 2v2, very simple, and then goes into a 1v1. So players go in pairs, attacking pairs, defensive pairs. You can start 3 minutes attacking, 3 minutes defending. Very basic setup, easy to organise, and as soon then as the 2v2 finishes, it develops into a 1v1 into the mini goals, so the players have to transition quickly and then play a 1v1. You want to encourage the defensive players to try and press as high as they can in the 2v2 and the 1v1, so you can use that 18-yard line as a reference point. You want pressure as high as possible because that means that players are trying to apply pressure like a press would. And you can also have the 1v1, the 2v2 happen at the same time. So session can flow here where you can have 6 players working at the same time with the 1v1 finishing up and the 2v2 finishing up as well. So it's a really good exercise for players to compete, communicate, and get that experience before going into session in attacking scenarios, defensive scenarios, high press scenarios. Good exercise to start a session. I also think it's good for an arrival game to maybe ask a different question. So I really like this game, back-to-back goals, mini goals in the middle, 4v4, simple attack versus defense rules, no conditions. You're just trying to score in the opponent's goal, but the dynamics around support, really, really important here, trying to get support ahead of the ball rather than sometimes, again, Rondo is alongside. The support angles can be a bit different, so this can be a bit more challenging. You've also got that competition. And you've also got the attack versus defense element, which can add the tempo to it and allow players to, again, get experience in those scenarios right before the session starts. So this one here, you can see the coach can step back and allow the competition, the game to flow naturally. And then if the numbers arrive, what you can also do is you can put additional players in end zone positions where they can be bounce players on the outside or a neutral on the inside. Then you can move into, again, changing the picture with potential overloads as well. So I really like this game because it can ask a ton of questions and can keep the tempo high. All right, third and personal favorite here. I really like this 2v2 multi-directional game. So you've got the players in pairs to start. You've got the blue team and the red team going against each other in one direction, and the yellow team and the pink team going against each other in another direction. So both games are going on at the same time, a little bit chaotic, but again, arrival games I think are good for a little bit of chaos because it gets the energy and it gets players thinking. So there's a ton of dynamics with this here because of the multi-directional aspect of the game. There's obviously a little bit of confusion perhaps in terms of the players getting used to the pictures, but they can have a bit of fun with that. And I think as a coach, you can step back a little bit and let this game take its natural shape as well. It's also easier to add players on, so you can go 3v3 across on both sides. If you make it bigger, you can probably get away with 4v4. So as a coach, you can keep managing the numbers. And I think the natural chaos in this game will get the energy and the communication alongside the competition. So a good way to get people thinking, a good way to keep people communicating, and hopefully lead into the session as well. As always, thanks for watching, coaches, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Thanks again.